Hello dolly lovers and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing Tuesday Elisabeth's details video. So just keep in mind this video is details about the doll sculpt and about the customization that I requested from Mary Kate of Hill Country Reborns. This is not a review of the artist herself and my experience working with her. That video will be coming later on. So this video is just focusing on this particular doll sculpt and the customization options that I requested. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. So first I'm going to talk about the doll sculpt itself and give you guys some details, because out of all the toddlers that I have, she is number 3. Out of all the toddlers that I have and have had in the past, she is the most unique to me. And I just wanted to highlight some of the things about her in case you weren't familiar with how this doll sculpt is constructed and you wanted a little more info before you decide if this is a sculpt for you. So this sculpt's name is Cammy by Ping Lao. She is 28 inches long, 28 inches long. And she is a sitting toddler. She isn't a standing toddler. She has slightly bent legs for sitting and slightly bent arms as well. She has 22 to 24 millimeter eye socket, which sounds really large, but her eye sockets I believe are pretty deep because she has a smiling face. But the actual visual part of the eye seems smaller in comparison to some other doll sculpts like Ariana. She has really large eye opening, like you can see a lot of the iris. And her head circumference size is 16.5 inches. That may not seem like a big deal to you guys, but I've learned over the years when I'm doing doll comparisons and trying to figure out and get an idea of the size of the doll that the head size really matters. Now, believe it or not, this head circumference is maybe a quarter inch smaller than Katie Marie, and I think Katie Marie has a pretty small head. But she does have a smaller size head in comparison to Ariana. So I'm thinking maybe the 16.5 to 17 inches is an average size toddler head, and then Ariana just has a especially larger size head. Like, just looking at her face and head visually is a whole lot larger. And I will be doing a toddler comparison relatively soon, like within the next month or so you guys can see the babies right up next to each other and really get an idea. But that is her head size. But her face, I believe the shape of her face is wider than the other toddler kids, and that's because she's smiling, because when you smile your face kind of spreads out a little bit, and she's so cute. I just really love her. But I did want to share the measurements with you guys. I've also gotten a lot of questions on the clothes she wears and what shoe size, because a lot of mommies want her come the new year. She wears 18-month size clothing and toddler size 4 to 5 shoes. Now, she is a big girl. She is bigger than I thought she would be. Just looking at these thighs, which I will get to in a minute, her legs, thighs, arms, and shoulders are a lot wider than my other kits. So and her legs are kind of long, and so are her arms. So she wears 18-month size clothing, and I will get to her feet in just a moment, but she can wear size 5 shoes, especially if they have laces to tie them tighter around the ankle or straps. Her toes are sculpted in such a way that she can wear size 5 shoes. She just needs a little wiggle room. So 4 and 5 is a good estimate for this girl. And I am reading from a list on my phone if you hear me pausing, you guys, so I don't forget anything. She has a unique neck plate and ball jointed head mechanism. So this is the kicker here with the cami sculpt, because I wasn't aware of any of this. I just assumed, like, I really wasn't sure how the neck plate situation goes. I've heard of belly plates, but I've never had a doll with a neck plate and a ball jointed neck mechanism. So technically this neck plate and the head is completely separate from the Doseway body, unlike most of our reborns where the head is connected to the Doseway body with ties, zip ties. This is not the case. There's a few different ways where you can attach this neck and head plate to the body, but my artist thought this method was the safest, to use the string ties, but you can attach it different ways, and it basically ties underneath the armpit where the arm joint is. So just keep that in mind. It gives it, I feel like it gives it a little bit more realism. However, when you're holding and picking her up, you do need to take special care that she's handled gently, you know, like a reborn should be handled, because the weight distribution is just different, and I am still getting used to handling her. I don't want to damage her in any kind of way, but she is heavy. She's a lot of weight. This girl is 12 pounds, but she's a big girl, so that's about, you know, a good size weight, a good weight for this size toddler. But you do need to take special care when holding and carrying her because of this ball jointed head and neck mechanism. So she has that going on, and that's what makes her really special, because I do believe most of the other toddler kits that do not have a neck plate are constructed like, you know, normal reborn doll kits with just the zip ties. So that's what makes her unique. The arms and the legs are attached as usual to the Doseway body. I'm assuming with either string ties or zip ties to the joint. And yeah, so that's pretty much it about the Cami Sculpt by Ping Lao. And now I'm going to get into the fun details. Okay, you guys, so I'm at the portion of the video for her details, which of course is the most fun part. Planning a new reborn is so much fun. There's so many different hair and eye and skin combination colors that you can pick, and of course all the special little details. So I'm just gonna jump right in. This Mary Kate from Hill Country Reborn Tots, she creates her creations with Genesis Heat Set paints, and she gives you the option of having real or synthetic hair. So my girl has 100% human hair. It's a beautiful red color, and she does kind of have strawberry blonde highlights throughout. I wanted thickly full painted eyebrows, and the color is just spot on for a redhead, you guys. It looks absolutely realistic, and I just love it. While we're up close, I'm going to talk about her beautiful eyes. These are Lushka glass eyes in a beautiful green color. I'm not exactly sure which color, because I do believe they have a couple different shades of green, but this is a really pretty emerald green, and I love it. I think it works very well with her. And if you get up real close, you can tell that she has matching reddish auburn tone lashes. And I just absolutely love that because everybody knows true redheads have red eyelashes. And I just think that it's such a beautiful detail that she did not overlook. I did request that she have pierced ears, and I love the way her ears are molded because you can tuck the hair behind her ears without a hair clip and it will stay. And I think that is just so cute. It's so cute. The earlobe has plenty of room. If you were looking to make this sculpt into an alternative sculpt, there's enough room on here to have double ear piercings, which I think would be pretty cool, pretty unique, and it's nothing that I have seen before. And of course, the most amazing detail of all are the freckles. I wanted to branch out and get a Reborn Toddler that was completely different than some of the other dolls that I have gotten. I am a sucker for dark hair, especially dark curly hair and gray eyes. So this is completely out of my comfort zone, and I am so glad I took a plunge and got a redhead. So not only that, but I wanted her to have insane freckles. I wanted her to have realistic freckles that were bold, that were bright, that you can literally see from across the room. And Mary Kate achieved that in her own special way. I'm not exactly sure, but it just looks so realistic. And the freckles are full, they're all over her face. You can literally see this from across the room. And I'm just zooming in really close so you can see the range of size and detail of these freckles. It doesn't look dirty, it doesn't look splotchy. And not only that, but her freckles are detailed, but they're not covering up any of the other beautiful details she has, like the blushing. And I'm going to go down here to the arms and the legs, but you can still see the realistic veining and blushing she has, even with the freckles. Not sure if you can see that faint blue vein there on her shoulder part, but you can see it right underneath those beautiful freckles. And that was another special request that I had, that she not only have freckles just on her face, but on her whole body, because oftentimes any parts of the skin exposed to sunlight on a redhead freckled kid is where you will see the freckles, anywhere that gets sunlight. So these, I feel, are really naturally placed, really realistic. She's just beautiful. I just absolutely love her. Look at that mottling and that veining right on the wrist. You can see the veining in the palm of the hand and the blushing in the creases. She has little freckles on her elbow. And so this part of the arm wouldn't naturally get that much exposure to sunlight, so it doesn't have any freckles. It's mostly on the top of her skin, which makes sense to me. So now we are down to the thighs, and you can definitely see the mottling and veining here. It's just beautiful. It's so beautiful, so realistic, and it's like I discover a new little something every time I change her. I just love it. I love how her creasing isn't just one color. It's like a mixture of colors, and it just makes it look so natural. Her skin looks so translucent, even though it's blushed and has freckles. It has lots of dimension. I like that her toes and fingernails are naturally tipped, and she has those half moons. I really like that. I don't know why, but that's one detail on nails that I really like, is the little half moon shape, because it just makes it look so much more real. This is the bottom of her foot. You can see more blushing and veining. The inside of her leg, right where you would see veins, right at those natural pressure points. That would be on a real toddler. Just beautiful. I love it. Absolutely love it. And while I'm down here on her feet, this is why I say that she can take up to size 5 shoes. Are you guys looking at these toes? These are the most unique sculpted toddler toes that I've ever seen, because they're kind of crumpled up. They're not exactly spread out toes, but they're just as if a little toddler would be wiggling their toes and squirming around. That's how her toes are sculpted. So she definitely needs a little bit of room in her shoes, and that's why I'm saying she can take a size 5 shoes. The shoes that she came with, that she was wearing in her box opening video, were a size 5, and they had Velcro straps. So if you get a size 5 shoe, make sure it's shoes with straps or lace up so you can, fit it and tie it tighter, but you definitely want a little room at the toe because of those uniquely sculpted toes. You don't want to, have tight shoes on your reborn toddler and the paint starts wearing down over time. So a good rule of thumb is to have socks on them and have properly fitting shoes so they have a little wiggle room there. But I really love her toes. I will talk about how her hands are sculpted. This is the right hand, and it's kind of an open palm. The fingers spread out a little bit. Love, love, love those little fingernails. And the left hand is a fist. Now I remember when I very first saw this sculpt, I wasn't too wild about the fists because it didn't look as detailed. But now that I have her in person, it does not bother me, and I love it. I love it, I love it. Super gorgeous, super beautiful. The same details on both limbs. Oh, the freckles are just my absolute favorite. And I will be including some inspiration photos that I sent the artist when we were discussing her details and how I wanted the freckles. And I was just amazed at how the likeness was to the inspiration photos that I sent her. Like, she did a really, really good job. Like, it is exactly what I wanted. And we get into her natural glossing. Her nose is opened, like it was drilled holes. It's open and backed, and I think that adds to the realism of her. I don't believe I've ever had any babies where the nostrils were open, so I really do like the look of that. It does have natural gloss and moisture, just like a snotty-nosed kid would have, but not too much, just enough to make it natural. And I love that smile on the Cami sculpt. And Mary Kay did a beautiful job on painting her mouth without overdoing it. The teeth are cute and white, but not too white. They're not too yellow. You can see she has bottom teeth and upper teeth. And you can even see just a little hint of gums. I'm actually just seeing this for the first time. Her little bitty gums have gloss on them, and a little gloss for her tongue and for her lips. And it's just so soft. The sculpt is just beautiful, and the work on it is just amazing. It's so detailed and so beautiful. I'm really hoping this camera does justice. And my lighting, I don't have any special lighting, but I tried to get as close under the lighting as possible so you guys can really see what I'm seeing. And she's just gorgeous, you guys. I love her. No detail was overlooked. I absolutely love her. She was exactly what I wanted. Not exaggerating, but I'm just amazed. Like, she's exactly what I wanted, with no detail overlooked. So I'm going to sit her up so we can look a little bit closer at her head and her rooting. I've sat Tuesday up And excuse her bedhead, I just picked her up out of the crib and she was, you know, taking a little nap. I let her sleep a little later today. But she has a little bed head, but excuse that. Her hair looks a little matted, but it is not. It's just a little messy. It's really soft. This hair is very, very soft. It's not as fine and loose as Topanga's hair. Topanga has dark hair. I'm not sure the origin of her hair, but it really does look like it may have came from an Asian kind of hair texture. I've played in a few of my friends' hair who are Asian, and that's the kind of hair texture it reminds me of. But this hair texture kind of clings. It doesn't tangle as it tangles about the same as Topanga's hair. It's just not as loose and flowy and shaking as her hair. Once you kind of style it in place, it'll just stay. So that's nice for flyaways. But I'm going to get up close so hopefully you can see this rooting. It's baby fine, just like a toddler's hair would be. It looks very neat. Sometimes you can get toddler hair rootings that are just kind of sporadic and they're all over the place. But this hair, you can see the direction in which it's quote-unquote growing. And it just looks so neat and nice. The hairline looks natural. As natural as it can possibly be on a doll. And I love it. I love her hair. It combs out very beautifully. I haven't had any shedding. Yeah. I mean, this is the back. Let's see if I could pull her hair back a little bit so you can see the nape of her neck. So if I were to put her hair up, this is kind of what you would see. A few strands of her hair are actually caught in the neck ball jointed part. That's my fault. You can also see a number there. Ping Lao. It's a little signature. But yeah, that's the hair. And I love it. It's beautiful. It's a different texture, but it is human hair and it combs out beautifully. It's soft to the touch and that color is just gorgeous. I don't know what shade it's showing up on camera. It actually looks darker on camera, but it is like a fiery orange red with strawberry blonde, very slight strawberry blonde highlights. And it is just phenomenal. It probably looks even better in the sunlight. But I haven't really taken her out into the sun that much. But when I do, I will definitely be getting some shots of her hair. So she is gorgeous. I'm trying to think what else I could cover in this video. Let me check my list because I did not want to forget anything. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it, you guys. That is it for my details video for Tuesday Elisabeth. And just for the record, if anybody was wondering whether Tuesday Elisabeth is one name or her first and her middle name, my intentions were that she would have a compound, double-barreled kind of first name. And Tuesday Elisabeth is actually her whole first name. But, of course, I call her Tuesday for short. Everybody else seems to call her Tuesday. But her whole name really is Tuesday Elisabeth. So, that is it, you guys. I'm going to get this cutie dressed in her second set of pajamas because all the babies and toddlers have gotten changed out of their Christmas wear. And I wanted them all to get comfy and cozy in the new nursery. So, I've put pajamas on everybody, and I am about to put her other set of pajamas on. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to anyone out there who is looking to get a cami in the future for their collection or wanting more details. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer or do a follow-up video of anything you guys may have wanted to see. Oh, she does have a white doe suede body like most toddlers. I'm not sure why toddlers come with the white doe suede body and all the other sizes have tan. I really would like to know why, but it's neither here nor there. But she does have a white doe suede body or flannel body, whatever this is material, but yeah, it is white. So that's it. That's pretty much it, you guys, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.